How's it going, everyone? My name is True Wonder Dog, and today we're here to see how terrible is Kano. Now I want to go on record, I was bodied by a Kano player at the Combo Breaker tournament. Now granted, it was Biohazard, one of the best players in the world, but still, he saw something in this character, so I think there might be more to him than meets the eye, even if that eye is cybernetic. So without any further ado, let's break this character down because I honestly haven't touched this character even once yet, so I'm very excited to see how he plays. Let's get to it. So first up, universals, short hop. That's pretty good, seems decent. Pretty fast, okay. So not the most range on his short hops, but pretty serviceable. What's that sweep like? Oh my lord, look at that sweep. Wow, that's good range. That is almost start of the round, but not quite. Not quite start of the round sweep, but great range, and he ducks. So he can beat high attacks. I bet even certain mid attacks he can crush with this, so that's pretty darn good. What's the uppercut? Serviceable. Nothing great, but you know what? Serviceable. Good stuff. Jumping attacks. Okay, is that his air to air? They're both pretty good. One's more for the air, the other one is more on the ground, but they both seem like they work just fine, so pretty decent jumping punches. And his kicks are great. Yeah, his kicks are fine. And his jump's not floaty, so that's good. No floaty jumps. Throws. Forward throw. Puts him a bit further away. What's his projectile? Okay, it's that. So pretty decent spacing for zoning. Back throw. He grabs their crotch. I love that animation. Wow, leaves him a bit closer. Can I go for mix-ups? Not quite. Not quite within mix-up range, but you know what? He does keep him a bit closer, so I could go for a walk-up jump-in maybe. Whoop. Yeah, that'll work just fine. So he still gets setups. That's kind of cool. So he has throws that serve different purposes. Now, neither one sets him up directly. He's certainly not Garrus. He's not in your face. And he's not putting you full screen either for zoning. And Kano's not the best zoner. It's okay. It's serviceable. But he's definitely not a zoner in this game. So neither throw is super great, but I do like how there's a bit of variety there. So next up, let's look at his attack strings. Oh, I'm so excited. I love getting into this part. Okay, so safe. That's good. Minus, though. Ooh, a plus string. That's cool, +2 string. All right, another +2 string. All right, he's got some pretty good strings, though I heard from Biohazard he's very punishable on a lot of his stuff. Okay, -6, got a throw in there, can be amplified. Cool stuff. All right, minus, but nothing unsafe yet, really. And once again, you can enhance it. Cool stuff. All right, we have blown away. I like that string. Wow, that's weird. What a weird input. My goodness. Okay, and finally this string, which is minus, but still not punishable. Not really, depending on the spacing, have to see. And it crushing blows if the opponent blocks late. That's not super good. I don't like these weird experimental crushing blows they're doing, but you know what? Not too many strings. Let's see. Okay, starts off high, ends in a mid. Can I cancel it? No, I can't. So while it is plus, I can't do anything after it. Last hit is a mid though, so I'm left at +2. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I think Kano does have some secret stuff. Oh god, those first two high attacks. So this move, make no mistake, it's for whiff punishing. If you commit, that is 2 high attacks in a row, you're gonna eat an uppercut. That's not good. That second hit being a mid might be a bit better, but I don't know. Let's keep looking. Overhead at the end, that's cool. If Kano has any low hitting moves, that's a mix up. Okay, and that's a +2 string also, by the way. So you get frame advantage even if they do block correctly. Okay, this one looks cool. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I thought that one crushing blows, but I guess not. It just looks fantastic. And leads to a brutality. You switch sides too. And it's not that minus, honestly. The first 2 hits, not super minus, so not that bad. Then this one. Got a low. Now, there is no overhead in there in the past string, so not really a reason to block low as of yet, unless he has an overhead hitting special move, in which case you do want to. This one also get enhanced? Oh, that's the combo starter. So low hitting combo starter. Cool stuff. And I think after that you do like his forward too. Yeah, that's what I usually see, I think. That's really cool. Kano has some fun animations, honestly. But both of these do switch sides. Very interesting. This one was catching me off guard. I had no clue that was an overhead. That worked multiple times on me. And you can actually amplify this move too. Almost forgot. Let's see. Ooh, extra damage. All right. So Kano does have the mix-ups, but if you know what to expect, not quite as effective. This one is weird. Oh, that's the one that I always see all the time, but I never see that follow-up. I see a special move instead. But that's that first part that I always see, that tackle, I see all the time. But I never really see this follow-up. It's up-down. It's so weird. And last but not least, we have Penal Colony. Ooh, big overhead. And his sweep, once again, very good range and a great overhead. So around jumping distance, he does have a 50-50. Now, you don't get much after it, and I don't believe you can special cancel this, but I'll see later on if you can. But it seems pretty darn good. It's an overhead that checks the opponent, and you don't even have to finish it off if you don't want to. That last part's a low though, so overhead low. I feel like Kano might be a scrub killer. If someone's new to the game, Kano will bully the crap out of them. And in fact, if you just don't know what Kano can do, he'll still bully you. So these attack strings, they seem pretty decent. And this one actually crushing blows if the opponent blocks late, so let's go ahead and see that. Oh, that was painful. Really chunky amount of damage, and they're far away for zoning. Now, from what pro players have told me, you're actually never going to get this. They have to block it like the last second. And in that situation, they're most likely to get a flawless block instead of this crushing blow, so you're not really going to see it. So that is one thing bad about Kano that I'm seeing right away. He does not have any attack strings that have reliably consistent crushing blows. But he still has like the mix-ups. He has his attack strings that can actually enhance the combo themselves, no special cancels required. That's pretty cool and unique to Kano. However, upon further inspection, I did find one reliable crushing blow for Kano. It's just not an attack string. So his back 3, whose name I can pronounce, Enzuriguri, it's something to do with Australia for sure, but this move is a go-to whiff punish and it's a mid. It's fantastic, and if it punishes or lands on counter hit, you get the crushing blow. Oh, look at that damage, okay. Cool stuff. So pretty decent amount of damage, and look at that damage over time as well. She is still bleeding. She's actively taking damage, so that's cool. He does have one reliable crushing blow that seems fairly consistent and not very tough to do. It's an advancing move that hits mid, and it's great for whiff punishing, and its crushing blow serves that purpose. Cool stuff. So he does have one good crushing blow, so that's not terrible. But as far as attack strings go, you're never going to see any crushing blows from those. So next up, let's have a look at these special moves. That seems like fun. And alright, here we go. Now once again, Kano's not a very complex character, not too many special moves here, though most of them are very unsafe. If you enhance the knife toss, maybe you're a bit safer, but up close, it's still punishable. If you enhance it, you might get some more distance, but that's the only move he has that's even close to safe. Everything else, very punishable. So the blade toss, decent projectile. It's a high, but it's pretty fast. And if you enhance it, you get the second one, which is spaced so far apart, you're almost guaranteed to land on it if you jump the first one. Almost guaranteed. And the second one is also a mid. So it's not the best projectile, but it's pretty serviceable, and they do combo. Pretty good stuff. Rack off. That's a counter move. Okie dokie. Ooh, knocks him down. Okay, good stuff. And they're at around jumping distance too. So I can get my setups, or just go for my overhead low mix-up, because I do have that. So pretty decent parry initially. Seems effective. What's the enhanced look like? I'm gonna mash here. Ooh, more damage. Not worth it though. 170 versus how much? Yeah, not worth that. You get like an extra 5%. That's not worth it. You're not gonna want to do that. That's like what? That's like a kick. Yeah, you're not gonna want to do that. It's not worth the meter. It also puts them too far away, so you're not gonna want to use that enhanced move. You're better off just getting a jump setup, going for an overhead or a low, because he does have that mix-up right there. So you're better off just doing the basic version. The enhanced version does not seem very good. Maybe they buff the damage for that, or find some other reason to make it useful, because I don't see why you'd want to spend that cheddar. Seems like an okay parry, but nothing great. I don't know, Kano does not seem bad yet, it just seems like he's tougher to use. Okay, so lumbar check. The command grab. Command grabs are always good, you always want these. And now let's go ahead and enhance it. What's that look like? Ooh, chunky damage. I see a lot of pro players enhance it, so it's definitely for that damage. And I believe that's what I normally see here. I see them do that, and they special cancel that, right? Ooh, oh, good stuff. Now, can I cancel this? I cannot. But that is what I see most people do. They do that into the special move. Oh, look at all that damage, 25% for 2 moves. And this is a low, by the way. That's a low. So I have this sneaky low, or I have this overhead, both of which can lead to chunky damage. Wow, that's pretty great. That's why Kano's scary. He has 50-50s. He totally does. NetherRealm said no 50-50s. Some characters still have them, so lumbar check. Great for getting that damage at the end of a combo. Fantastic stuff. Even stuff like this where you enhance it, right? Oh my god, almost 30%. I barely did anything. And this move will also crushing blow if it catches the opponent doing a roll. So if they're trying to roll beside you and try to get out of the corner, this can actually get them. So if I sweep and I catch them, ooh, I get the crushing blow, but only if I enhance it. So I didn't know that. Let's go ahead and see. Oh my god. Oh, I'll take 22%. And damage over time. Look at that. Still bleeding, still taking damage. No joke. Look at this. Oh my god, almost half dead. All I did was sweep and then throw. That's crazy how much damage that did. My god. So a pretty useful crushing blow. Though Kano doesn't have very many. He has 2 useful crushing blows that you'll see in an actual match. Black Dragon Ball. I love how Kano has this. He's just Blanca. Now up close, it hits twice. You get more damage. Further away, it's just okay. And you can do it in the air, no matter how you jump. And then if you enhance it, it does more damage, or you can trick the opponent into trying to punish you too early and you catch him with that. Now it's not an overhead. I thought it was. It's not, so they can just crouch block it, but they do have to block and respect it. Now I believe it's even more unsafe if they block it, but you can do that. Let's see what happens if they block it. I want to see how far back they're pushed away. So if you enhance this, oh yeah, you can punish me. You can definitely punish me for enhancing it, and you can also punish me for doing it raw. So it is risky, but if you want to trick the opponent, you enhance that bad boy. Can I delay it? Not really. There's a set point that it animates, but still, it might catch some beginners. They try to punish it a bit too early. So it is sneaky, make no mistake, and I can kind of delay it. Oh yeah, I totally can. I can pseudo delay it, and that's pretty dang scary. So all these special moves seem pretty serviceable. Now, you do have to hit confirm into them. Once again, every single one is unsafe. So that could be something they might change in the future, but I don't feel like any of these should be safe. Like, the Kano ball should definitely not be safe, and the fact that I can kind of delay it and cancel a bit later makes it very tricky to block, similar to Scorpion's teleport, right? That should not be safe, just because you spin the bar. So I don't see why you'd want to make any of these moves safe on block. So Kano does not seem terrible, he just seems like he has to put the work in. He has to understand the opponent and be very, very tricky. Though I've heard the main complaint is his second variation. So let's go ahead and have a look at that second variation, because this first one seems pretty okay. Alright, so here we have his Dirtbag variation. Now, two important things to take note of right off the bat. So for starters, he does not have certain attack string follow-ups anymore. He loses those. And on top of that, these new special moves do not have any crushing blows. So that's two major downsides right away, but let's go ahead and see what these special moves can do. So first up we have Vegemite. Now this move enhances his Kano ball, though I'm not quite sure how. More damage I suppose? But it only hit once. Okay, there we go, so a bit closer I get a bit more damage, right? So 100, if you enhance this you get 120. How about the enhanced version? So 157 versus 177. So you don't actually want to enhance it if you have this buff. Not a big enough increase in damage, so that's a bit annoying. Not a very big increase, only about 20. That's this. That's this much damage, so not worth it in that regard. Not a very big damage increase, and the animation on this is a bit long, so I wouldn't recommend doing it raw around jumping distance. Now further away, go for it. Unless you're fighting Scorpion, they can probably whiff punish this thing too. Even with Grandma's reflexes, they can still whiff punish that thing if they're a Scorpion player. And then we got Molotov Cocktail. Now, I believe this does AoE. Yep, and it does damage over time as well. And I can direct this. I can do backwards. It's a bit closer. Not much closer though. That's mid, and back is a bit closer. Can I do two at once? I can't. I can't have more than one out at a time, so that's a bit detrimental. Some characters like Collector can do more than one, but there's also a far distance. Okay, so it's not a full screen projectile. They could walk backwards at max distance and avoid it, and I have no way to really make them step in it. So that's a bit of an issue, but he can still direct it to an extent, and it does a pretty crazy amount of damage over time. 10 is a lot. That kind of works, right? Now they're kind of in it, but the animation is so long. When can I block? Oh my god, that animation, so I can't do that. That's not gonna work, so the animation here is absolutely crazy. It's almost like Aaron Black's Dynamite, it takes so long, but it's not even unblockable. And then we have Chemical Burn. Alright, it's a mid and damage over time, C4. I see 4 all the time, but that 10 is just crazy. That's a lot of damage. If it was a bit faster, I could see it being okay, but as far as how it is right now, it's just saying please hit me if you see me do this, especially raw. But even if I combo into it, I feel like you're so close, you can get up and hurt me, just like Shao Kahn's taunt. So you can punish me for doing this thing, even if I cancel into it. So not a good move. And Chemical Burn, if I enhance it, oh, we got an unblockable follow-up, but the animation is so long, you better make sure you get that hit. Otherwise they're going to interrupt that, but decent damage, puts them pretty darn far away too. Can I even cancel into this? The range is so bad. Can I even cancel into it? Oh my lord, how about here? No, oh my gosh. That's the problem. How do I cancel into this? There's got to be some way, but my goodness, he does retreat backwards, so I bet that makes it a bit tougher to punish. The animation is still crazy long, but I do back up, so it's a bit tougher to punish, but my goodness. How do I hit confirm into it? I wonder, there's gotta be some way to actually cancel into this. Tell me in the comments if there's some way to reliably cancel into this, because it does not seem good. Okay, so I think if you were stuck with this variation, then Kano might actually be bottom 5, if not bottom 3, because a lot of his best attack strings go away. This string right here, it's gone. You don't have his basic enhanced combo starters anymore off his special moves, so that's really, really bad already. He no longer has the follow-up to this overhead, which, you know what, fine, I don't see it very much, but that does mean no crushing blow either. So only one crushing blow, and it's this. That's not good. Some of these special moves need to crushing blow or just be better in general, because the Molotov cocktail takes so darn long. The opponent can just hit you, especially if you do it raw, and maybe you're not supposed to do it raw, but if that's the case, why is there a FAR version, right? And even if you combo into it, they still have all day to hit you. It's just not a good idea. Even this move, which leaves them down for a crazy long time, it's still just not gonna happen. Wake up and hit me, please. Hit me, please, Mommy Devore. Hurt me plenty. There's no way to actually set this up, and I can't enhance it either, so good damage, but just a bit too slow. You're never realistically gonna use it against a good player. And then Chemical Burn. It seems like it would be okay if I had some way to actually combo into it, but I don't seem to have a way to combo into it. Can I stack this? So I can't actually stack it. And the problem is when I enhance it, did you notice the damage over time actually goes away? So if I spin that bar, I arguably, you know, I don't get as much damage because they're too far away for a follow-up, right? So no pressure, that's a problem. At least here, a bit closer, I can go for stuff, right? Go for my mix-ups, go for my overhead, go for my low maybe. They're a bit closer, but when I enhance it, it might be more damage in the short term, but I give up any pressure and the damage over time actually goes away too. So almost none of these special moves seem good. Almost none of them outside of Vegemite, and even then, not the best. So once again, if you were forced to play this variation, then yes, Kano might be bottom 3 in the game. However, his default variation actually seems okay. Once again, I got bodied by it, and so did my friend, and we both do play this game quite a lot, and we still got bodied by a Kano player. Now, with that said, I did not understand the matchup all that well, and I have heard his 50-50s are very, very punishable, but even so, the pro players don't use characters who are terrible. They only use characters who they think have potential. So is Kano's second variation quite terrible? Yes indeed. But his first tournament variation seems okay, and I could see people getting some mileage out of it if they put the work in. But that's about it for my breakdown, so please let me know your thoughts on Kano in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it really does help my channel out a ton. And finally, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.